Well, Twin Cities graphic designer and UW Stout graduate has created a brand new font.
And she didn't stop there with that. With this comes something else. She uncovered a whole new story that turned into a book. Fox 9's Rob Olson shows us how she got there.
We're at Subtext Books in St. Paul, just really here for the purpose of a place to do an interview, but it's appropriate because it's a story about a graphic designer searching for text, for a font to design, found it in letters from a Frenchman, and the subtext of this, the rest of that story, was so much, it became a book.
I wrote the book because I wanted Marcel's story to be known, not just the font.
Carolyn Porter didn't plan it this way, never set out to write a book about a Frenchman named Marcel, about his wife and his daughters.
And this, in particular, is the lettering that I fell in love with. I've always loved old-timey handwriting.
But it was chance that she came across his handwritten letters, and for an entirely different reason. It was January of 2002, browsing antique stores in Stillwater, mainly for fun.
But I knew, in the back of my mind, I had been keeping my eye out for letters.
As a graphic designer, she'd been looking for a script to help design a new font and found it in the letters of Marcel Ouzet, and for a long time had no idea what they said.
That these letters had been mailed from a labor camp in Berlin to the man's wife and daughters who were in France.
How long did you have the letters before you discovered that?
9 years.
It turned out Marcel wrote them from a Panther tank factory in Berlin, where he was a forced laborer during World War II. As she developed the font that she wound up naming Marcel, and for which she's won multiple awards, she kept digging.
And as I had each letter translated, I had to know more. I had to know more about him. I had to know what happened, and I had to know if he returned home.
What she discovered, she put in a book, Marcel's Letters, that was published this past summer. She doesn't want us to say if he ever made it home or how those letters wound up in Stillwater, not to give it all away. But setting out to make a font uncovered an entire life behind a pen.
For so long, it looked like he was just lost to history, and the fact that all of these thousands of French civilians had been sent to Germany, it's a part of history that not a lot of people know.
Rob Olson, Fox 9.
That's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to read that book, too.
I know, so many things we need to learn about him.